Today's news. National Television and Radio Council does not show up at hearing again. Kerr Civil Society appeals to President. General Prosecutor's Office takes control of incident that took place in Goichai. Relations between NGOs and society discussed. On August 5th, a hearing was held on the lawsuit of TV and Alternative Media Development Center Public Union founder Rasul Jafarov and Muhakimeh newspaper's editor-in-chief Yashar Aghazadeh against the National TV and Radio Council in the Savil District Court under the chairmanship of Judge Kamila Amirkhanova. The plaintiffs were present, but a representative on behalf of the defendant did not participate in the hearing. Although the plaintiffs did not object to consider the case without the defendant's participation, the judge said that they would give a warning to the National TV and Radio Council by telephone, and he scheduled the next hearing for the 16th of August. Alternative Media Development Center Public Union founder Rasul Jafarov told Objective TV that the judge did not give permission to film the hearing and did not offer any substantiation for the refusal. We wanted to learn National TV and Radio Council Chairman Nushiravan Maharomov's opinion regarding this issue, but his assistant Togrul Mahmadov said that he is on vacation. Togrul Mahmadov said that he is not allowed to give an interview and did not agree to film the hearing. He emphasized that they did not participate in the hearings because they did not receive the notifications in time. He said that frequencies for radios were given only through tenders, and added that therefore the lawsuit is unfounded. Rasul Jafarov doesn't agree with this opinion. TV and Alternative Media Public Union founder Rasul Jafarov and Muhakimeh newspaper's editor-in-chief Yashar Aghazadeh appealed to the National TV and Radio Council in order to get a license to broadcast radio programs on a frequency used in Baku and the Absheron Peninsula. The National TV and Radio Council told them that there were many frequencies. However, the organization refused to assign them an official frequency or grant them a license. The plaintiffs filed an appeal against the National TV and Radio Council and asked the courts to deem the act of the government entity illegal and to force the National TV and Radio Council to give them the license. Kerr Civil Society has appealed to the President of Azerbaijan Republic, Ilham Aliyev. The appeal stated, according to official explanations, at the end of April, 110,000 hectares of land and more than 20,000 houses remain underwater as a result of the flooding of the Kerr River. If we consider that an Azerbaijani family consists of approximately 4 people, this means that about 100,000 people suffered due to the flood, more than 8,000 people were deprived of their houses, and that those houses were completely destroyed. Additionally, farms that were flooded will not have the harvest this year, and this means that those farmers and their families will have no means to survive. Representatives of mass media and non-governmental organizations created the Kerr Civil Society headquarters in May. It consists of economists, ecologists, and journalists. During our visit to the disaster zone, we witnessed the suffering of people who were deprived of everything. During our conversations with them, we assured them that the government will provide effective and adequate assistance so that they are able to return to the life they had before the floods. We believe that the government adopted the right decision when it refused the idea to transfer people to different places and decided instead to restore their agriculture. However, we are concerned about the compensation that was planned to be given to the people affected by the floods. The criteria and methodologies used to determine the damage and to pay for that damage are unknown to us and the public. However, what is known is that these people are only being offered 200 to 300 AZN for the restoration of their real property. According to our evaluation, this is an unacceptable amount because the financial losses of an uncultivated harvest in both the short and long term have not been calculated. It must be noted that in a village, a harvest is a main source for the villagers' livelihood. We believe that it is necessary to estimate these damages as well and give compensation based on scientific methodology and international norms. Citizens affected by the disaster look to the government. We ask you to take the necessary measures to solve these problems. We also request that you give instructions to allow the civil sector to participate in state projects aimed at eliminating the results of natural disasters and preventing new emergency cases in the Kerr zone. We are ready to do our best to help in this issue. On August 6th, in the press center of the Institute for Reporters' Freedom and Safety, human rights defender Vidadi Iskandarov conducted a press conference. He accused the Azerbaijan Republic General Prosecutor Zakir Garalov and Ministry of Health Court Medical Examination and Pathology Anatomy Association Director Shakir Musayev of corruption and ignorance about illegal actions of his employees. According to Vidadi Iskandarov, a meeting was held in the General Prosecutor's Office with the participation of Garalov and Musayev. Garalov gave instructions to not solve cases regarding the demand for bribery from the relatives of deceased citizens. As an example, he cited the incident that happened in the Goichai region. According to Goichai region resident Nariman Agayev, his daughter Zumrud had suffered from thrombosis since birth and died when she was 17. She was registered at the central hospital. His daughter died when, on 20th of November of last year, as a result of heart failure. Goichai Regional Prosecutor's Office investigator Avandul Babayev ordered the girl's body to be taken to the medical examination center. Babayev ignored the request of the girl's parents. He kept the body at the medical examination center for 3 days, which is contradictory to the law. After Babayev received 800 AZN, and the medical examination and Department of Pathology anatomy expert Aga Mirza Mirzayev received 200 AZN, Babayev took the body of his daughter and buried it, said human rights defender Vidadi Iskenderov. According to Iskenderov, an exhumation of the corpse was arranged only after the prosecutor general had received multiple complaints regarding bribery. Upon seeing the exhumed body, it was obvious that Avandul Babayev did not carry out an autopsy on the body during the 20th through the 22nd of November last year. This proves that the body was kept there for the sole purpose of receiving money. On August 6, in the Azerbaijan Media Center, the Journalists in Extreme Situations Public Union held a roundtable on the theme, Assistance for the Employee Training to Strengthen Relationships Between NGOs and the Public. At the roundtable, it was pointed out that the relationship between NGOs and the public is weak, and a lot of work needs to be done to make the relationship stronger. It was also noted that NGOs should attract the attention of the public with their activities, and that these activities should be seen as significant to the public. The event participants suggested that NGOs should be created by specialists from certain sectors. However, this proposal was not approved because many think that it is necessary to cover all of society's problems, not just certain areas. The lack of permanent financial resources and the inability for NGOs to be structured because of this was also discussed. Proposals to strengthen relations between NGOs and the society were suggested. Participants suggested conducting special seminars and trainings, structuring NGOs so they can garner public attention, and obtaining resources from the state budget as ways to help the relationship. In addition, several participants stated that NGOs with no registration could not participate in project competitions and suggested that a more simplified registration was needed in this sector.